Friends, this is Antarctica, which for centuries has been beyond the reach of humans and a great mystery to them. Be it blood, waterfalls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under ice. There are many myths and mysteries about Antarctica, which have not been traced yet. Antarctica is the only continent in the world where no human lives, because the temperature here goes down to minus 90 degrees Celsius. Along with this, snowstorms also occur here at 300 kilometers speed. Similarly, Antarctica is also the driest continent in the world. So dry that you might be surprised to know it's even called a desert because it only gets 51 millimeters of rain. Despite all this, many countries have been trying to take control of Antarctica for the past several hundred years. Check out this map of Antarctica. This part is claimed by France. This part, Australia, claims the whole right side. Similarly, Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim parts of Antarctica. But what is the reason behind this layer of ice that the superpowers of the world want to take control of it? Today we are going to solve some mysteries of Antarctica, and we will also explore who actually discovered Antarctica. And finally, we will also see what secrets are hidden under this ice that the superpowers of the world know, and that is why they want to take control of Antarctica. Who discovered Antarctica? Britcher says he discovered Antarctica, while the Russians say that they were the first to step here. But Antarctica was mentioned thousands of years ago by the Greek philosopher Aristotle, when he said that the Earth is round and the North and South poles are mirror images of each other. In 2021, a study by the Royal Society of New Zealand was published, in which it was said that the Maori people living on the Polynesian Islands near Australia were probably the first humans, who arrived in Antarctica in the 7th century, because in their old stories there is a mention of an icy continent which is on the southern side of the Earth. In well-recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European to cross the Antarctic Circle and reach Antarctica. But he was only 130 kilometers from Antarctica when he turned his ship back, because he did not see Antarctica, but he must have seen icebergs floating in the water. And the waves of the sea were such that it was very dangerous to take the ship forward. That's why James Cook said that reaching the southern continent is so dangerous that hardly any human will ever reach it. After Captain Cook, many other people tried to discover Antarctica, but they did not succeed. Then in the middle of the 19th century, a competition between countries for economic dominance began. The world was now moving towards a new world order. Resources and new trade routes were being discovered. Every country wanted to become a superpower in the new century, and so the accelerations were on the rise. Thus, in 1819, the Russian Empire tasked Russian explorer Fabian von Bellinghausen to circumnavigate the globe and discover new countries and territories. In 1820, Fabian disproved Captain Cook's prediction, and here in the Southern Ocean, we saw Antarctica very closely, as if he had not set foot on Antarctica, but he is said to be the first person in modern history who saw Antarctica. Then between 1900 and 1920, many explorers headed to Antarctica. British explorer Robert Falcon's squad landed in Antarctica with his team in 1911 and traveled about 400 miles. But then he had to turn back due to bad weather and hunger. But the journey back turned out to be terrible, as the squad and his team got caught in a severe cold and blizzard, and all of them died. Then after World War I, many countries sent their teams here and tried to claim this continent. In 1939, Nazi flags were also dropped by the German Air Force at the behest of Hitler in order to show this area under the control of Nazi Germany. After World War II, many countries set up their research stations here, and this is how Antarctica began to be explored. The first and biggest mystery discovery is that once upon a time, Antarctica was not covered with ice, but with dense forests. According to scientists from Imperial College of London, they found fossilized wood here. This suggests that about 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a warm continent with dense forests. Apart from this, they also found fossils of some insects that are found only in warm regions. The second big and mysterious discovery about Antarctica was that there are 400 lakes under this 3 kilometers of ice, who have their own ecosystem. There are marine animals that are found nowhere else in the world, like these giant spiders and see-through jellyfish. It's a different world under the ice. Similarly, another thing on Antarctica that has puzzled many explorers for many years is the bloody springs. They look like blood coming out of the snow. But recently, scientists have discovered that the red color of this waterfall is because the spring was fed by a very salty lake, which is now covered with several hundred feet of snow and is completely cut off from the lake atmosphere. This water has a lot of iron, and so when this water is poured into the spring, the iron in the water is oxidized due to oxygen and sunlight, and it turns a rust-like color. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy about Antarctica is that there is an ancient civilization under the ice. Many people have claimed that alien spaceships have also been seen here. In 2016, Google Earth has seen many unusual movements in Antarctica. Conspiracy theorists, where they were called the alien UFO force. According to many political experts, it is the secret air operations of the United States and other countries that they are doing in Antarctica. And here comes the hidden political front that few people are aware of. While the rest of the world is preoccupied with other geopolitical issues, the United States, China, and the Soviet Union are sending expeditions to Australia and Antarctica. In fact, China has set up multiple research stations there. According to the Antarctic Treaty of 1959, any country can conduct scientific investigations in Antarctica. He just has to share the results of these studies with all the countries. In 1992, a survey by the U.S. Geological Department made the discovery that Antarctica contained 500 billion barrels of natural gas and oil reserves. But China and other countries are not interested in Antarctica for oil and gas. Rather recently, reserves of rare earth minerals such as neodymium, rhizzium, erdium, terbium, and dysprosium have been discovered in Antarctica. These are the minerals that are used in all electronic devices, and because the world's focus is now shifting away from oil and gas to energy resources that power electronic devices, the demand for these minerals is even greater than oil and gas. Electric cars and batteries are the future now. And this race to control the future has brought these superpowers to the ice and storms of Antarctica. Antarctica's last mysterious discovery is the South Run Ocean. The Southern Ocean is one of the most dangerous seas in the world. Our world's climate and water supply are controlled by these oceans, because it also meets the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Along with global warming, the importance of this ocean is increasing, because the frozen snow here is melting, and many treasures are coming out from the melting of the snow. The seas in which humans could never even think of going. Very soon they are going to become important trade routes. Many studies are still going on in Antarctica, and maybe in the future more mysterious things will be discovered about Antarctica. Hope you have learned a lot from today's video. If you liked the video, please like the video. See you in the next video with a new interesting video.